Alright, so I figured I'd make a video about this because I made that video here a while back talking about the E3 spark plugs that I got that weren't any good. So right now this car has a bunch of mismatched spark plugs in it that I gathered out of different stuff that's laying around here. There's a few ACs, few champions, a couple oddball plugs in there, but it still runs on 8 cylinders, but I want a matching set of plugs. And apparently you can't buy spark plugs anymore that are made in the USA. So I ordered some new old stock spark plugs. These are AC 46s. It says small block on it because they'll fit a small block Chevrolet, the early ones. These were packaged in December of 1973, according to what's on the inside of the box. I almost hate to use these because I've kind of got a collection of spark plugs, but I bought these to put in this car, so I might buy another set to put on the shelf or something at some point because there's several sets on eBay. But we're going to put these in the car and see if it runs any better and ignore all the tools and stuff that are laying around and the fact that there's not a front tire on this side. Because I'm wiring the headlights and replacing the front brake hoses because somebody had the wrong fitting in the back of the wheel cylinder and the wrong brake line on here, and they had stripped the threads out in the fitting. So I'm waiting on new brake lines for the front, but in the meantime I can wire up the new headlights, new LED headlights. Not a fan of these chrome middle headlights, but they'll work. So I'm gonna go on ahead and get started. I'm not gonna film putting all 8 in there, but we'll film putting a few in there and see how it runs when I'm done. Alright, I'm trying to keep the camera out of the sun glare, so that's the reason there's not a very good view of me changing this number 1. And the number 1 I had in there is an AC 44. Running a little bit rich. Might tone that carburetor back a little bit, but it's been hard to tune with old wore out plugs in it. So I also need to go get my feeler gauges so I can check the gap on the plugs. Alright, so I got the first new plug here. You can tell it's brand new. I'm gapping these to 30 thousandths. And the reason being, it recommends 25 from the factory, but that was with a 6-volt ignition system. So we're going to put the first one in. These are not crooked like the darned E3s that I had. They actually seem to tighten up right. And these are AC spark plugs. They're not AC Delco because they were pre-74. Next plug I had in here was a Champion. Looks a little rich, but not bad. Here's the next new plug. It's also at 30 thousandths. They were pretty well gapped from the factory apparently. we got in here next? Another Champion. Still about the same. This car also originally recommended AC 46-5s, but those are pretty hard to find. And these are just AC 46s. I can tell just by the feel of these spark plugs are good quality plugs. Alright, so I'm going to film the fourth one, and then I'm going to cut the camera off for a little bit. Get on ahead and get the other four changed. This is another plug that I put in here. This is a precision spark plug, and it's got three electrodes on it. There's another AC 46 going back in. Alright, I'm going to stop filming for a little bit and get the rest of the plugs put in. Alright, so all the spark plugs are changed. Got 8 new AC 46s in it. Here's the old mismatched ones. This is a very old AC here. That's one of my ones that I kind of have in a collection there. But these all ran pretty good in there, so let's see what a good set of AC 46s sound like in here. This thing ain't been started since yesterday, so. Thing to start right up there. That carburetor always makes that whistling noise. Seems to be idling pretty smooth. Really, I have to wait till I get the brake hoses and try to drive it. That's pretty good. That's the best responsive it's ever been. Just their idling is perfect. It's idling at about 600 RPM with just over 25 pounds oil pressure. Alright, so it looks like the new old stock spark plugs did their trick. I'm going to go put this box up because that's going on a shelf somewhere. And hope everybody enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.